We can rotate the monitor so you guys can see the viewing angle right here. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today on this episode of Newegg Now, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the MSI 32-inch curved gaming monitor. If you're interested in this product, the link to it will be in my video description below. Please go ahead and check it out there. Shout out to Newegg for sending me this monitor to review. You can see how it comes packaged to you right here in a very nice retail box. The actual size is 31.5 inches. You can see some of the quick tech specs down here. Again, this is a curved gaming monitor, 1500R for the curvature, 165 Hertz for the refresh rate, 1 millisecond response time, HDR ready, Mystic light, and you can see it's wide quad HD, 2560 by 1440 for the resolution. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the package contents. So here are some of the package contents. Here's all the accessories and everything you'll get in the box besides the monitor itself. First up, you can see our warranty card. Then we have a fragile reminder on how to properly get everything set up and installed. Then you can see a thank you card followed by our quick start guide right here, walking us through step by step how to set everything up. They even have QR codes on the back for you. Then you can see our screw packs right here, some screws for wall mounting your monitor and some screws for stand installation and assembly. Then you can see our cables. We have USB 3.0 cable, we have our DisplayPort cable, and our HDMI cable, followed by our power supply right here, and then the stand itself in two pieces, so you can see that in more detail right there. You can see the arm and the base for the monitor and how it's going to be assembled. Now let's go ahead, let's look at the monitor. Now you can see the monitor right out of the box. We got that 31.5 inch curved display. This is a VA panel as well. Let me show you guys the curvature. So again, 1500R, just a very slight bend to it. It looks great in person. I really like how it looks. Very happy with the size and the aesthetic of this monitor and that curve. So again, we got super slim bezels along the sides and the top, the MSI logo at the bottom. Now we can turn it over so you guys can see on the back side, we got the MSI logo and branding. We have our spot to attach the stand. We'll do that in a minute. Then you can see all of our different ports and options right here. We have DisplayPort 1.2, two HDMI 2.0 ports, USB Type-C, our auxiliary jack. You can see we have our USB connector right here for two USB 2.0 ports. We could connect our keyboard and mouse. We have our power plug and our Kensington lock right there. On this side, you can see our menu button right there to navigate the built-in menu of this monitor. Now we can flip it over to the very bottom, and you can see on this side, we have our power button right there. Then you can see in the center, we have more product information for you. And then you can see the other side right there. Now let's go ahead, let's get the stand installed. So when you install the monitor, make sure you keep it in the original packaging so you don't risk damaging or breaking the display. Then you got to take the two included pieces to assemble the stand so you can see what we're working with right here. We're going to go ahead, we're going to line them up just like you see here. Then we just finger tighten them down. So go ahead, just finger tighten it right there, which is really nice, very simple and straightforward. And get it nice and snug. Then that folds flush as you see here. We could come back later if we want and really tighten it down with the screwdriver, but there's no wiggle, no movement or anything else. Now you can see we need to go ahead, we need to line it up at a slight angle and then make sure the four holes match the four holes that are cut out right here. So just gently tip it up and then lay it down, and now everything is all flush and ready to go to attach the four included screws. So we're using a Phillips head screwdriver to attach the four screws. Just gently hand tighten them in place. So there we go. We have them all installed. Now we're ready to power on the monitor and try it out. Now you can see I got the monitor all set up and ready to go now. It's powered on. The stand is installed. Here's the lowest height setting right here. And then you guys can see with the tilt, we can't tilt it any further forward, but we can tilt it back right there. Now I can show you the height adjustments as well. So we can go up. So that's about halfway for the height adjustment, and it's under its own pressure and tension, which is nice, so it'll stay in place. And then we can push it further up. That's the max height setting right there that you get with the included stand for this monitor. And again, we can adjust that tilt We have no rotation side to side though, besides actually physically, you know, turning the monitor stand itself to position it like that at any angle. And we do not have a portrait mode with this. So this does not rotate left or right to allow us to do portrait viewing. So pretty basic stand in that regard, just height adjustment and some tilt adjustment back for us. Now let's go ahead, let's look at the menu settings. So to get to the monitor menu, just go ahead, push the red button on the back. This will bring up the menu for the monitor. You can see at quick glance, we have our resolution, our refresh rate, HDR's off, FreeSync's on, and we're connected via DisplayPort. Then we have a lot of different tabs we can go over. First one's gaming. We can choose our mode and set our profile depending on our preferences or the type and style of game we're playing. A lot of different options there. Then we have night vision, response time, anti-motion blur, refresh rate if we want that on the screen or not, alarm clock, screen assistance. We also have FreeSync right there. We can toggle that on or off. Then we have our professional tab. You can see our different profiles again, depending on our personal preference and what we might be doing on the monitor. So you can choose from a lot of different styles and settings right there. Eye saver, HDCR, anti-motion blur, image enhancement. And then we can go to the next option, image. We can adjust brightness, contrast, sharpness, color temp, screen size. Then you can see our input sources. So 2 HDMIs, DisplayPort, and USB Type-C. Then our Navi key settings, we can choose what shortcuts we want with the keys on the back of the monitor. So you can see what we can change the 4 options to. And then we have our settings right here. So you can see language, transparency, OSD timeout, RGB LED, power button, info on screen, and we can reset the monitor right there. So that's a quick look and glance at all of the menu settings. So within Windows 10, you can see the advanced display settings right here. It identified the monitor just fine. We can see the product information, our resolution of 2560 by 1440, and the refresh rate of 165 Hertz. You can see technically it's 164.802 Hertz. Now let's go ahead, let's look at that refresh rate in more detail. Now on your screen, you can see we got Blurbuster's motion test pulled up, so you can see the 3 different frame rates that we have right there. We have 41 FPS, 83 FPS, and 165 FPS displayed on this monitor. Pretty big leap from 41 up to 165 if you ask me. So you can get a feel for what it's like to have 165 FPS at your 165 Hertz refresh rate with this monitor. With the lights off, you can see the RGB lights that we have on the back of this monitor. They're really cool. Cycles through a lot of different colors for us, and everything looks great. I really wish we had more lighting on this monitor. It'd be so cool to have the whole back lit up, maybe even the stand and base lit up, and obviously the MSI logo up top too. That'd be really cool to see more lights built into this monitor in the future. Now we can test out the viewing angle of this monitor. So let me go ahead, let me start rotating it around. So you can get a feel for what it's like to view this monitor from different angles. Let's keep going. So there we go. We're going to be about 180 right there and beyond. Now we can start bringing it back slowly. We'll keep turning it. So you guys can get a feel for the viewing angle with this monitor. Now we're going to do that exact same test again, this time with the lights off. So we can rotate the monitor so you guys can see the viewing angle right here. I'm going to keep turning it. All right, there we go. We're almost about 180. Now we can start turning it back. So you can see the really wide viewing angle we get with this monitor. All right, so first up you can see we're going to play some Fortnite so you guys can get a feel for the monitor quality, trying to push out that max 165 FPS. You can see our counter up here. Currently we're getting 165 FPS. We're averaging right now 159 frames per second. We're playing Fortnite with medium settings. We have an Intel i9 9900K with the RTX 3070 graphics card right here. We got our full resolution 2560 by 1440p. You can get a feel for how everything looks right here, gaming on this monitor with that nice high refresh rate and our 1440 resolution. Oh yeah, party time at 165 FPS. Got him. Got him. Got him! Okay, so now you can see we're playing some Warzone right here. I kept it at the full resolution, 2560 by 1440. And you can see our FPS counter. So we're not going to hit 165 at that resolution with the specs of our machine. This will give you a feel for the gameplay and the quality.
Sort them out or capture the objective.
Got him! Okay, now one of my favorites, Fall Guys. Love the resolution on this monitor. Yes! Insta-claw! Yes! The last one! So overall, my final thoughts about this monitor are as follows. This is a great choice if you're in the market for a very large screen to do your gaming. You get 2K resolution, 165 hertz, and a 1 millisecond response time. You're gonna have a very enjoyable experience gaming with this monitor. The colors look great. Didn't have any issues with screen tearing, motion blurring, anything like that. Obviously, that experience will vary depending on the monitors themselves, but also the system that you're using to game on. So obviously, if you have a high performance machine, you're gonna get a lot more out of a monitor like this in the caliber that we have here. Also want to point out there's some great add-on features as well too. I really like the RGB lighting. I wish we had more of it though, but it is nice that we have some RGB lighting on the back. And the USB hub is nice too, so you can plug your keyboard and mouse directly into the monitor if you want. Now, on that note, let me transition to what I want to see improve from this monitor in the future. I wish that USB hub was USB 3.0 instead of USB 2.0. At this price point, it should definitely be USB 3.0. And the biggest issue I found with this monitor isn't actually the display or screen itself, it's the stand. I wish the stand gave us more flexibility in what we can do with the monitor. So obviously we can adjust the height and we can tilt it back, but we can't tilt it any further. We don't get any options to rotate the screen to go from our horizontal to vertical mode or our landscape to portrait mode. And we have no rotation to the left or to the right either. So I'd love to see that improved in the future. But overall, it's a solid choice if you're looking to game at 2K. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.